Hello, my name is Grian and welcome back to another Hermitcraft episode. As you can see, I've started putting this together now and I would like an opinion on it. Now I know I'm probably going to be working on this a bit more, but I hope I've got the shape right before I continue this all the way around. Now obviously I've only done the support beams here and it's hard to get a good angle on this so that you can see it, but it's essentially got to go up and over, but it doesn't look quite right yet. Maybe I've got to fiddle around with a few more slabs, but from this angle it looks alright, and even from the ground it looks alright, but from close up it just doesn't look right. So from here, which is arguably one of the more important angles, it looks just right. So the plan is that we continue this all the way round and almost seal it off, because that way we have our first layer done and we can actually think about doing something with this space before we continue building the rest of this giant modern cake, as everyone is calling it. So all in all, things are going pretty well. Once we get that connected up, this base will be, well, we'll have our first layer in there. Actually today, Ixai Azume Avoyard has messaged me saying that he desperately wants to show me something, and now I've been away for a few days again because I'm a busy man and I haven't been able to, but today is the first time I'm going to be able to, so let's head over to him. I haven't actually been here in a while. What is going on? There's a multicolored ship, there's piles of sand. Whoa! What is going on here? Is this must be exactly where I'm supposed to be, as there's a load of stuff. Oh my goodness. Is this what he said? He said to meet him at his kelp farm. Is this what a kelp farm looks like? This is so cool. This looks swish. In Mumbo's video, I was talking about how I didn't understand. Oh! What the? What the? What the heck? I was even on the ladder. Oh, now I've got to go all the way back just because. I think I've got a thing against beacons now, like officially, because apparently elytra plus ladders means plummet to one's death. What I was going to say was I never had really understood beacons, but then I started mining just these blocks here, and it was really quick. But then all of a sudden I fell down this hole. Azuma is down there waiting for me. This time, I'm not going to mess it up. I'm just going to take the long way. There he is. Hello. You saw nothing. You saw nothing.
I saw nothing?
You saw nothing.
I saw a corpse.
Well, you saw nothing, but have you seen a bunch of items lying around? I dropped them.
Oh, mate. I got here right as they despawned, unfortunately. So, you know, you've got to start over again.
Don't talk nonsense. Where are they?
All right, dude. So I got something to show you, because I was watching a video with you and Mumbo Jumbo, and you committed some Minecraft blasphemy.
I was just talking about that.
Brilliant. Well, you're gonna change your mind. You have a pick with efficiency 5, right?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, it's also got mending and fortune 3 on, right? Now that is fantastic. That is exactly what you want. If I take off my armor, the only thing that I'm holding that has mending is the pick, right? Efficiency 5, mending, all of that stuff. And now you can mine blocks instantly. You can't tell me this isn't amazing.
No, you just went into creative mode.
Sorry, what? Just went into creative mode? Did I now? You can't do this in creative mode. That's what's even funnier. Creative mode, you can punch a block, right? But you can't actually instantly wipe them out of existence. Now, here's what you want to mine. Yeah, right, here's the thing. The coal is going to drop XP. So does the lapis, the diamonds, all of that stuff. The XP is enough to constantly replenish your pick.
You can make huge holes for free.
You're liking it. You're having fun now.
Yeah, I can see the appeal. I can see the appeal. But at the same time... You will when you find diamonds. Then you'll be like, oh, you find them really quickly doing this. I guess that's why beacons are important. Oh my god, this is terrifying! What? What happened to me there? What the? I'm gonna gotta go back again. Why do I insist on trying to fly everywhere? I'm so lazy. I thought I was like in the sky. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? I've got to go back again? Unbelievable. Oh, goodness sake. Alright, I'm back. I think me and beacons have a problem. I tried to fly out of this hole, and because you can't really see when you're flying through a beacon, and I thought I was being really swished, like, I thought I was way up there. I was still in this tunnel, apparently, and I don't really know what happened. This thing is gonna kill me multiple times. I'm gonna steer clear of beacons for now. I'm clearly not ready to handle this. Okay, let's just go up the ladder this time. What I was going to say is, the beacon is pretty cool. It is really, well, is efficient at mining stuff. I don't really need a lot of cobble or a big hole, but when I do, that's going to be on the agenda to get for sure. I need to stop dying, honestly. A little bit of time has passed, and I have been working really hard to try and make this work. Now, I've got a bit of an issue because I've got two designs for the top of this, and I cannot, for the life of me, decide which one to do. I've even asked several second opinions. Some people say the left, some people say the right. Now, I have actually decided to go for the right-hand side, which is bigger, because I feel like it's going to look like a more firm base for how tall this is going to get. But part of me is also saying, Grian, that's a bad idea, this one will look better, but I just don't know. See, there's a bit of an issue, because 37 blocks is what we call an awkward circle. Now that means that as you go round in a circle, there's a little bit here, I'll show you, there's a little bit here that sort of cuts across in a very straight line. And your immediate thought is, okay, so you just add a bit here. And that's exactly, if you made this with a machine, it would put one of these in. But the problem is, if you put these in, it looks really odd. And basically, it's called an awkward circle because if it's 100% accurate, it looks odd. And if you cut across like this, it also looks odd. So around this sort of mark, you do get these odd little bits that stick out. So I've tried to alter it on both sides. That one is the straight across edge, and it works. And round this side, I actually extended it out. As you can see here, I put a few more blocks in. And yeah, it's just annoying me now because I can't quite get it right. But I think I'm going to go with that right-hand side there. But that's not what we're going to be doing entirely today. Indeed, it's another money-making venture. The pickle shop, it didn't make a lot of cash money. I need those diamonds so that I can afford things. So I'm going to make a lazy man's traveling cart, and I'm going to sell whatever I have excess of. Now, I have spent hours collecting lots of gravel and lots of sand, to the point where I have many double chests full. And there's no other way to collect sand other than just grinding it out, same with gravel. So I'm thinking, I sell a little bit of this, and I make a bit of money on the side. Not a bad idea if you ask me. So in order to make this little traveling cart, I need to get my hands on a bit more logs. I've got some dark oak and I've got some spruce, but I need a bit more spruce. And what better place to get logs than the log shop? Now, something happened while I wasn't recording, and boy do I wish I was. Essentially what happened was, I was stealing some logs from Cub's farm, and he caught me red-handed. So, I rebuilt the entire tree, put all the logs back so nothing was taken, and to say sorry, I helped make this. Now, the reason I went to Cub's farm in the first place was because this place, Big Logs Inc., sells a stack of logs for 2 whole diamonds. I don't got 2 whole diamonds to spend on logs. That's a rip-off. So, I helped Cub use his new farm to undercut Big Log Incorporation. And I built this, an axe that goes directly into the shop itself. And It's called Welcome to Undercut, a division of Concorp. Now, I'm obviously not part of Concorp or Convex or anything to do with that, but I helped build this to undercut his prices, and all logs are 1 diamond per stack. So we're actually going to need a couple of spruce, and I'm going to go and put a couple of diamonds in there now. So these prices are literally half of what they're selling in there, and it doesn't look like they've sold much at all. But I tell you what, from the sky, this actually looks really, really good. It took a while to get the angles just right. From the sky, it actually looks really cool. It looks exactly like an axe has hit the log shop and is undercutting. What a pun. I mean, the pun is probably the worst kind of humor, but I seem to be full of it with in a pickle, undercut. Oh, it's brilliant. So yeah, this has been a really little fun project, but I now have exactly what I need, and I want to put this little traveling cart bang in the center of the shopping district if I can to get a good amount of footfall. Here actually looks like a pretty good spot. This could work quite nicely, I think. We're going to freestyle this design because, well, it's been a really long time since I made a horse cart of any description, and I think it's best if we just totally wing it. The best place to start off, of course, is the wheel. That should help me out a lot. Now, making small wheels is actually fairly difficult because you've got to use these. So if we do, this is the smallest circle that we can make around a single block. Then we add 1, 2, and we've got ourselves a bit of a wheel. That works pretty well. And we're going to make this too wide, so we want to do exactly the same on this side. I've got a bit of an audience going on. What's going on? Everyone's just here with me. What on earth? They're asking me what it is, but I don't want to tell them. So this is pretty much the smallest wheel you can make that looks kind of decent. I'm pretty sure you could make a smaller wheel with just a single block on and a button, but this is the best one you can make with an actual round shape. So we're going to stick to that for now. This looks a little bit thin at the moment, so I'm just trying to figure out what exactly to do. We can thicken this up a little bit because it's very thin, but if I made it any thicker, it might look a little bit too chunky. So I think what we're going to do is put some trapdoors here because they're pretty unobtrusive. They'll make it look really thick without actually making it much wider than the wheels. This is looking pretty good so far, but it is still missing something. And I'm guessing that's, well, one, it's missing all the chests and stuff in here. But what we could do to make this work is make it actually look like an open cart. If we create a tar pool over the top, this will make the cart seem a bit more protected, a bit more full. And let's not forget that we can actually place buttons as well. Buttons can do a lot. But I've actually not got a lot of places I can put the buttons on. Maybe here to make it seem like it's attached. That works quite well. One of the things I definitely need is a way up. So I'm thinking we do this clever little trick. If you don't want... Okay, so here's the thing. You can make really chunky staircases like this using the normal staircase blocks, but it really kind of blocks the way up. You can make something a little bit more spacious and airy and less intrusive if you just use this trick. So a couple of carpet steps, you got to do a little jump, but then you can get on just fine. These are really, really neat because it doesn't really obscure the vision towards the cart itself. We need to add in some chests to make it seem like we've actually got some stock, which is obviously a big part of it. The last thing to do, of course, is to name this lovely looking cart. To be honest with you, I've enjoyed making this. It's been fairly pleasant. It doesn't really stand out in any way, but it's in a brilliant place. People are going to see it. But we're not done, not even close. We need to label this thing for a start. So I've officially called it Grian's You Lazy Sod Traveling Market. Buy grindy blocks at a cost. So the idea here is to sell things that you have to grind for, such as sand and gravel, and then make a tidy profit of the people that are lazy on Hermitcraft and just want to buy everything that they possibly can. And I know that there's a few of them out there, so I'm expecting to make a little bit of cash on this one. The only issue is, ow! This guy How can you see me from there? I can't even see him. This guy's been throwing tridents at me again. Honestly, this guy's a danger. I'm not sure what quite sparked him to go after me. Did he think I was in the water down here? I don't know what sets him off. I really don't. Because he's left me alone while I've been building it. I was just standing around here for a couple of seconds, and he was throwing stuff at me. One way to slightly improve your building is to try and make your builds really fit into their surroundings. So one of the things that I'm going to do for this build is just add a little cauldron with a chair next to it. I might actually change the orientation, but it just makes it look like that there's actually a traveling merchant here selling stuff. So that way it feels a bit more alive. Sometimes builds are about the setting that they're in and not just looking good in their own right. A good example is here. They only really had to make this building here for it to be functional. But what they did was added an entire pond full of pollution. Well, it used to be pollution. And then it has loads of dead coral around. So we're not quite finished yet because there's one other service that I want to include in this little shop. But I need to figure out a way to make it look good. Because right now, I'm definitely utilizing this space pretty much to the max. I'm going to have to put it behind here, I think. So I need to create a quick base, really, but might need a few more of these, I think. I made a 2-block center, which is never, ever a good idea. Yep, that's probably about what I want. I just need to fix up this crane a little bit. Yep, it is going to be a crane, but getting angles at this kind of dimension is pretty difficult. So there's the crane. It doesn't look quite right yet because I need to add a couple of slabs in here to make it sort of even out a bit. But the counterweight is going to be, I think, here. Add the counterbalance there. That looks kind of attached. Whoops. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I might just change that a little bit, but it doesn't look too bad at all. So it's just meant to be a crane in the background for a second service that I want to put in. But what is this second service that I've been keeping to myself? Why? Why are you suddenly going for me now? Oh, is it because it's nighttime? He can't even reach me anyway. Nice try, guy. So, what this is going to be is a cage. Now, I'm gonna have to explain this cage a little bit, but not right this second. For a start, Captain Nemo needs to stop throwing tridents. Look at this. You're making a mess of my shop. This is a brand new shop. This is totally unwarranted. There we are. There's a little cage there. This looks pretty good. This has come together really, really nicely, I have to admit. The only problem is it's a lot of brown. It's hard to distinguish without any very nice colours in there, but it kind of works. It definitely could have been brightened up a little bit. But there's one more thing that we need just to finish this all off. And the last touch is a drop of coal ore. That really sort of sets it in. That's like one of my favourite tricks to use. Cauldron with a bit of coal, it makes it look like it's been used and it's just gone out. Alternatively, I actually thought about this while I was collecting it. You could also use magma blocks to make it actually look like it's smouldering. It just doesn't quite fit in the same way. So I'm going to stick to the coal ore for now. And now, the last thing to do is to actually, you know, stock it up with stuff. There we are. Now, you might think this is a little bit expensive. It is 1 diamond for 2 stacks. Now, obviously, that doesn't take too long to get. But the reason that I'm doing this is because this is the lazy man shop. Sand isn't difficult to get, so if they're willing to buy it, they can expect to pay for my time. That's all. So, selling sand and selling gravel. Hopefully, this will get me a good few diamonds, and I can keep this stocked up A-okay. And then this is for selling various odds and sods that I might have as well as the sand and the gravel. So, this is kitted out, so I can sell anything that I want at a premium price. And I also just came across this. I've known about this for a while, but it's in this like unassuming little hut here, And it says, do you need an action sequence? Well, no, but I could definitely use a really cool armor stand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them to make an old man sitting on a cart over there. I've requested a bunch of stuff. So I said I need an armor stand sitting on a chair. It needs to look like an old man as much as possible. And it's located at my traveling cart. And also, can they fill up the cart with some items on the shelves? Kind of like they've done here. This looks so cool. So I'm going to drop that in. And I'm going to drop 6 diamonds into it. I think that's probably enough. It says 1 diamond per stand place. So that's 5 on the thing and then the old man itself. Hopefully that's enough for it. And then hopefully that will really decorate this rather nicely. So, what is this for, you ask? Well, why don't we go and find out? I've noticed that on this server there's a few things that often need, well, testing. So, what I thought I would do is offer up my services. There we go. Grian's guinea pig service. We'll test anything for 6 diamonds. I don't know if I'm selling myself short here. We can always up the price if we need to. I guess the last thing to do is to get inside the cage. But I don't want to leave any dirt scaffolding while I'm doing it, so I've got to delete it as I go. Pop that back on. And there we are. Grian's guinea pig service is officially open for business. And now all I've got to do is wait for a customer. Absolutely brilliant. This could take a while, I think. Hello? Does anybody need testing? We'll test anything for 6 diamonds. Hello? Hello? Oh. Maybe this shop wasn't such a good idea. Why did I put myself in a cage? Dear, oh dear. Someone's gonna hire me eventually, right? Right? Right, guys? Someone's gonna do it, right? Someone's gonna hire me, right? Okay. I guess that's it. I'm gonna wait here. By myself. In a cage of my own creation. In the middle of spawn. Forever.